Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I just have the one replay for you today, which is a special guest replay coming from Bobek, who is going to be playing the tier 10 premium, not premium, tier 10 tech tree mercenary medium tank, the Chisel. So as always, in the top right hand corner I will show the equipment and perks that Bobek is running, and he's got gun ram, vert stab and vents on the Chisel, and he's running Born Leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, steady aim, run and gun, trap mechanic, off-road driving and situational awareness. He's not running a full perk setup. I mean, personally, if it was me filling that last perk, I'd probably go for safe stowage actually, because if there's one thing that the Chisel I remember being so notorious for was getting a busted ammo rack every 5 seconds, because you know, Centurion, Hull and most sort of British tanks usually suffer with getting ammo racked, or you know, at least a damaged ammo rack sort of every time they get shot on the lower plate. So yeah, that would be my choice if I was filling that last perk. But anyway, Bobek is here with a fantastic replay in the Chisel, and yeah, the Chisel for me, I haven't featured this tank for a long time actually on the channel. In fact, I can't even remember when, it probably about a year ago, but it's a fantastic medium tank if I'm honest. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoy playing it as a tank. It suits all the, you know, ticks all the boxes for me. It's a fast medium, you know, Centurion hull, which obviously on its own we know the Centurion is quick in itself. You got the pattern turret, and then you've got the gun off the Chieftain, so you know it's quite accurate. It's got good shell velocity, good pen values and all the rest. Obviously it doesn't have the same DPM as the Chieftain. I think it's slightly more alpha if I remember rightly, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but I know the DPM isn't as good as a Chisel, but like I say, it really is good. So we're on Sverigorsk, or shall I say Bobek's on Sverigorsk, and he's come up to the typical sort of side that you play when you're sort of running on this spawn. Get up underneath the ridgeline, play the tank hold down, because obviously it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, so it can do that very well. Obviously that pattern turret, you do need to be careful, is not completely bulletproof. You know, it can be susceptible to getting penned. But yeah, he's doing the right thing here. He's getting hold down. He's up, well, just got 2.5k damage nearly now with a little bit of assist, and it looks like his team are doing a really good job of pushing this side. Luckily he voids a shot from that TD there, bounces off the side of that E75. Now he's going to move in on this WZ. Now he's got quite lucky to just get that track shot there, but you know, typical Bobek style, he's going proper hell for leather, really aggressive. I wouldn't expect anything less from Bobek. He is that type of player, just very, very aggressive, but knows his, you know, knows his plays, knows how to push. He's just a phenomenal player all round, to be fair, as we've seen in the past with plenty of other replays that he's kindly given us. But he's putting some shots into the side of this Murat now. He's done the right thing by pushing down there, pushing into where the damage is, because it's still a close game. You know, 2 tanks ahead, but you know, they've pushed that flank now. They've cleared that flank out, done the right thing, and now he's, like I say, pushed into an area where he can get side shots and he can help his team on the other flank, because at the moment the other flank is looking a little bit overmatched, and it is looking like it could potentially fall. But with Bobek here sort of putting in the cross shots, he's put the enemy team into sort of a difficult situation, because they're either going to have to push that side or fall back. Obviously it's a standard battle mode as well, so they are susceptible to getting capped. So that's something else that the enemy team are going to have to sort of make a decision on that side. And Bobek knows this, which is why he's sort of come into the middle. And he's almost led the team into this. You know, he's led the charge. You know, he's sort of come into the middle here. The rest of his team's followed him. They're all doing the right thing by closing the gap and pincering the enemy team into a position where they literally are, you know, having to make a sort of a swift decision, which is going to catch them out, or that just they're just put them into such disarray that they're just not going to have a clue what they're doing, where they're going, and before they know it, they're just going to be hunks of scrap metal. So Bobek sort of made the push to take it. He took a hit of damage on the crosshair, but that was a necessary evil to get to this good position where he can go hold down, and now he can start to trade blows with the E6. Now the E6 actually does have better DPM than the Chisel, but the one thing that the E6 has got that the Chisel doesn't have as much is that big fat cupola. And Bobek's just putting sort of the he's trading wisely. He's taking a few shots, but they've all sort of been half decent trades basically. The projector does get a shot in, just sort of over peaks a little bit of the side there, but he's doing a good job. He's down to 480 hit points, so he has got to be a little bit careful, but he's just popping shots in where the enemy is distracted. The projector wasn't looking at him. Look, it just turned. That projector it was a foolish move there. Should have just kept his turret on, kept his gun pointing at Bobek. It does get very fortunate there, getting a shot into that 257, but it's getting absorbed in the tracks, and then he gets shut down by one of his friendly teammates. But don't get me wrong, Bobek. I'm not saying Bobek's been lucky throughout the whole game. He's done a fantastic job of getting some damage, but if that was me, that 257 would have absolutely trashed me. There was no way my team would have helped me out in that situation. So he's got a tad little bit of luck, but sometimes these 10k games, you need that sort of luck. And there we go. There's RNG just taking away what it gave literally a second earlier, and that's the sort of thing we're on about. That's the CS63, which has no armor, but yet miraculously manages to bounce a shell from Bobek. So go figure that one out. But it's full health, which is good news for Bobek, because it means if he can get 2 or 3 more rounds into this CS63, he will have got that magic 10k mark. Now, the CS does manage to get a shot in, and Bobek's having to sort of just pull back round. But again, the CS gets distracted by something else, decided to opt for another tank. Again, I don't understand. I would have literally tried taking Bobek out there and then if I had the shot on him, but luckily Bobek gets the kill and he gets the magic 10k mark, picks up 2 kills, 876 assists, getting the ace tank and the high caliber, rightly so, well deserved. And an absolutely fantastic game, and big GG's to Bobek, because that was a really good game there. And well played him, and thanks for sending the replay in. So anyway, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, nice short one there, but it was a fantastic game that I wanted to show to you guys. And again, thank you Bobek for sending it in, and as always guys, I will catch you next time.
Uh-oh.